In Vedic astrology, we have two shadow planets, Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is called northern node and Ketu is called southern node. Both are called nodes, but both are shadowy planets. Both are shadows. Rahu shadow is formed when moon tries to cross over northern pole of the earth, and Ketu shadow is formed when it tries to cross over the southern pole. Notwithstanding the fact that both are shadows, Ketu is completely different from Rahu. Rahu is thick shadow, whereas Ketu is brighter shadow. That's why it is said Shanivat Rahu, Kujavat Ketu. That means Rahu is just like Saturn and Ketu is just like Mars. Mars is the most malefic planet and Shani comes next in the order of malefic planets. But there is a slight difference between the two. Mars is called energy planet. Saturn does not receive sun's rays, so it doesn't have any energy. It's a cold planet, whereas Mars is an energy planet. So Ketu, acting like Mars, is always considered as an energy planet in Indian astrology, in Vedic astrology. Ketu has a speciality in Indian astrological predictive system because it is an energy planet. It works as a booster for a planet placed in dignity in any sign of the natal chart. A planet becomes a planet in dignity if it is situated in its own house. When a natural benefic planet becomes a planet in dignity and associated with Ketu, Ketu works as a booster for the planet in dignity. Because Ketu is an energy booster, the natural benefic planet in dignity would give excellent results if it is associated with Ketu. So it proved practically that when natural benefic planets in dignity are associated with Ketu, they are giving excellent results during their main and sub periods. There is no doubt about it. But this principle is mainly applied to natural benefic planets in dignity and not to natural malefic planets in dignity. For example, for Capricorn Lagna, for Makara Lagna, Venus becomes Lord of 5th house. If Venus is situated in 5th house, that becomes planet in dignity. And if Ketu is associated with Venus in 5th house, Ketu would boost up the result giving capacity of Venus by thousands and thousands of times. For example, when a natural benefic planet becomes a planet in dignity and is situated in 10th house and associated with Ketu, the natural benefic planet's capacity to boost up the good things of 10th house would go up by thousands and thousands of times. That is the meaning here. For example, if the natural benefic planet in dignity is Lord of 6th house and if Ketu is also associated with the natural benefic planet in dignity in 6th house, the 6th house prospects are boosted up by thousands and thousands of times. In such a case, 6th house is an enemy house and the capacity of the enemy is boosted up. That means enemy becomes stronger than the native and native may be forced to face lot of difficulties and adverse circumstances. See this example chart. This is Capricorn ascendant, that is Makara Lagna. 6th house Lord Mercury is associated with Ketu in 6th house. That means Mercury has become planet in dignity and energy booster Ketu is associated with it. This means the sixth house prospects are boosted up. Enemy has become very stronger here. This is the chart of a sannyasi in South India, and during the concerned periods, the Swamiji was arrested by the police for his involvement in criminal cases. The principle is particularly mentioned for natural benefic planets in dignity. But in practice, when Ketu is associated with the natural malefic planets in dignity, then also the principle is working. Natural malefic planets are Mars and Saturn, and of course Rahu and Ketu and Sun. But Rahu and Ketu do not own any houses and they cannot become planets in dignity. But Mars, Saturn and Sun can become planets in dignity